everybody, we are in my kitchen today. I feel like I should have a little chef hat or something, but I'm going to be trying for the very first time to make little gut loading cubes that you can then feed to the bugs for their, gut load fresh fruits and vegetables, all that good stuff. I've never done this before, but I thought it'd be a fun video to take you guys along with me, and hopefully this is something that you can try with your reptile. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the reason why I'm doing all this is to gut load my bugs. Gut loading is the process of feeding your bugs fresh fruits and vegetables so that their bellies are full of all these micronutrients. If we don't gut load, if we don't feed our bugs prior to feeding them to our chameleon, then their bellies are just empty shells. They don't have any micronutrients inside of them. So it's super important that we gut load them. Now, there's a ton of different stuff that you can gut load with. Chameleon Farms has a great list of stuff, neptunethechameleon.com, my website. I have a list of things that you can use. I'm going to be using 11 different ingredients for my gut load today. Some of my favorite things to gut load with would be mustard greens, collard greens, turnip greens, sweet potato, mango, bell peppers, zucchini, butternut squash, apples, oranges, and there's tons of other things that you can gut load with. Those are just some of my favorites in addition to bee pollen and dry commercial gut loads. And just a couple tidbits when it comes to gut loading. You want to gut load your bugs at least 12 hours before you feed them to your chameleon. That way the bugs have a chance to eat all the micronutrients that'll be passed on to your chameleon. And additionally, you want to be mindful that while some stores will sell their bugs pre-gut loaded, as soon as that bug poops, that gut load is out of there. So you need to make sure that you are regularly gut loading and recognize the importance and value of gut loading your bugs so that your chameleon stays nice and healthy. Up until this point, when I've gut loaded my bugs, I would take, say this is a zucchini, I would chop up the zucchini into little pieces and then I would put that in the container that my bugs are in. And then I would take a little bit of apple, some leaves, or whatever it is that I'm gut loading with for that day, that week, whatever. I just felt like it wasn't as efficient. I didn't feel like I was adding in a ton of variety. I would rotate through things, but I'd only be using like, 3 or 4 things for that one time that I was gut loading versus a ton of different things. Not to mention, I feel like there's a little bit of food waste because I wouldn't be able to use the entire zucchini and then I wasn't cooking it in time. And so I just feel like this would be a better way to pack in more micronutrients for the gut load, and then I'm not dealing with as much food waste. Now, this is not my idea. There are a ton of other keepers who have done this. I've just never seen anyone do it, so we're just gonna kind of wing it. Hopefully it goes well. Without further ado, we're gonna get into this. Now, most people, oh, that sticker did not come off well. I'm gonna leave that back on there. So you wanna try and buy organic fresh fruits and vegetables if possible. We're gonna prep all of these. So typically I usually buy the big heads of the different greens, but this was on sale, and this was mustard greens, turnip greens, and collard greens, which are 3 of my favorite greens to gut load with. So this already comes handy dandy in the container. So, and then I just have my, what is this called? A food processor? I think that's the name of it, which I've only used once before. So we're gonna give this a roll. So we're gonna start off with the greens. Now these should be the primary thing in your gut load, is the greens. We're just gonna put the whole thing in here. I'm hoping this will blend into like a small amount, but honestly, I don't know, because we're figuring it out as we go. Okay, plug this in. Low, medium, high. Oh yeah. Looking good. Okay, so yeah, that took up a good amount of space. Whoa! So yeah, you want to avoid things like romaine lettuce, just because it's not going to be as micronutrient dense as these. So the idea is that we're going to blend all these things up and then put them into a little ice cube tray and freeze them. So then we can just, oop, that one's a goner. Use that over and over to feed to our bugs. So let's try this. Okay, so those are mostly blended up. Next, we'll move on to bell pepper. I don't think it matters what color bell pepper you use. I just picked the green one. They're cheaper than the other ones. Cut off the little sticker that's on there. And then see if we can blend in some pepper. I feel like a chef. I think I should be on a cooking show. Okay. Blend that up. Ow! Hurt my finger. Okay, I feel like we need to mix this around. All right, then we can throw in some apple. I think this is just like a pink lady or Fuji apple. So I added in some orange and zucchini as well. I don't know if I'll be able to fit a sweet potato and a mango, but we'll try and get that sweet potato in there too. So let me just finish up these zucchinis. Okay, so as I managed to get some of the sweet potato in there. So all that we're gonna put in now, I don't think I have room to fit in a mango, so it'll be 10 ingredients. But we're gonna put in bug grub from the Bio Dude. This is a great dry gut load, so you could gut load just with this, with your fresh fruits and vegetables. But I'm gonna put it into here so then it's all mixed together. This is all kinds of dry ingredients that are great for your chameleon, reptile, you name it. If you do decide to buy this, code Neptune10 does save you 10% off every order of the Bio Dude, so feel free to check that out. So we're gonna add some of that in there. And then we're also gonna add in powdered bee pollen. Now, this is considered a superfood. This is really great to add into your gut load as well. I've talked about it a few times on my channel, so feel free to watch those videos or learn more about that. But we're gonna include that in there, one of my favorite things to gut load with. So we're gonna give this a little swirl. Now what we're gonna do is put it into the cube tray. So this is a silicone mold. I thought this would work out well, so then I could easily pop out the cubes. They're also not too big. What I didn't want was to make giant cubes and then end up having them like get soft and squishy and mold and rot. Now, the idea is that we're gonna take this mixture, put it into the tray, freeze them, and then when it's time to gut load your bugs, then you can just pop one out and then toss it in there. I guess technically it's no longer fresh, it's now frozen, but it's jam-packed with all kinds of stuff, and you won't even have to hydrate your bugs because this already will have all the moisture and stuff in there for them. So we're gonna hopefully take this off. Haha, there we go. Okay, pop this guy off. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yummy, yummy good. Can I just put this here for now? Okay, and then we're gonna try and, oh yeah, I can smell it. It smells fresh. Scoop this in here. Oh, that's actually working pretty nicely. Again, I have never done this, but I think this is what other people do. I think that's good. If you ever done a lick mat for your dog, it feels very similar to that. So they are now all full of all the good stuff, and then in theory you can just like pop them out once they're all frozen. So we're gonna put these into the freezer. There's still a ton left over, so I'll be able to do a couple batches of these, but there they are. Very excited for this. Honestly, I feel like this wasn't too terrible. Obviously you have the mess of cleaning up stuff, but that's not bad for having these like super packed gut loads. So we're gonna pop these in the freezer and then see how they do. All right, here they are, frozen overnight. Let's pop these out. Oh, look how cute. So here are the cubes all frozen and popped out. I think these are a good size that I can just throw in there with my bugs, and then they should thaw out and then provide moisture for the boogies. So you guys have it. Hope you enjoyed my little adventure making veggie cubes, veggie fruit, bee pollen cubes to use for gut loading. Remember, there's tons of different ways that you can gut load. Just make sure you're using fresh fruits and vegetables. Try and avoid those orange cubes. Commercial dry gut loads are becoming more and more popular, so please, please, please take advantage of those. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave any questions or comments down below. Feel free to subscribe so you don't post a new video. Follow Neptune and all my chameleons on social media at Neptune the Chameleon. Be sure to check out my website, neptunethechameleon.com. On there you will find a gut loading list. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! There's a bug. You can stay alive if you're not distracting. If you become distracting, your fate may have a bad outcome.